All right, gang, we'll do a couple minutes of Cedric and get you on your way.
Cedric, I don't want to sensationalize it at all, but earlier Mac was saying that the practice this week, he said it probably wasn't to the level it was last week going into the South Carolina game. Curious, did you kind of sense that at all going into the week?
Maybe a little bit. He did kind of mention that a little bit kind of sluggish this week, not where he wanted it to be. But I think we picked it up as the week kind of got on. I think, the leaders on the teams, coaches, kind of got on the guys like, hey, that was just one game. We're not the best in the country yet, so we still had to, kind of pick guys up throughout the week, and I think that's what happened.
What would you say they were doing that was a struggle for you guys to stop, which they had a lot of consistency moving the ball?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was the boot play action. They're a heavy zone team. That's how they run the ball, heavy zone stretch. So whenever they do that and boot and play action off of it, I think that's what we kind of struggle with a little bit at times with the over routes and things like that. Safety's kind of trying to get downhill to fit the run, and then they catch us slipping on the play action pass, boot play. So I think that was one of the things that was something that they really attacked us on.
Elijah was just asked, without seeing film fresh out of the game, what's maybe one thing you think will have to be fixed this week from tonight? He said eyes, vision. Is that part of what you're talking about?
That kind of attests to what I'm saying with the boot play action. You got to have good eyes. It's hard to see, so you definitely kind of have to have your antennas up to be able to see it and feel it and to be able to play action good.
Sid, did you think you guys would be able to rattle the quarterback more as his first start for them? I mean, did you think you'd be able to get after him more with the way that you guys were able to get after Rattler?
Yeah, I think we could have got after him more. I think honestly we weren't really blitzing much this game, if you haven't noticed. So I think that might have been part of it too. And like I said, I mean, most of their plays were boot play action. It's kind of harder to get off the quarterback when they're basically rolling them out of the pocket every play. So yeah, I definitely thought we could have got more pressure on them than we did last week, but it's just how the game goes sometimes.
So that's something I talked about after film. This is that field that you came on for some of the guys kind of galvanizing the defense, getting ready for overtime. For you personally, how hard is it to kind of flip a switch from thinking you're about to win to you guys have to go back halfway for a big defensive position?
Yeah, I mean, I think you never stay high or never stay too low until the clock hits zero. I think that's the biggest thing for me. As a defense, we knew it was a possibility that he could have missed that field goal. Unfortunately, that ended up happening. And the last thing you want to do is just be complaining and worried about it. You have to go play in overtime, and if you want to win, you got to forget that and move on. And I think that's just kind of the message that me and Cam and some of the guys were trying to send to the team. Like, hey, we got to go play. We still have an opportunity to win this game. It's not over yet. So that's the kind of approach that I took to it.
In that last possession in double overtime for Elijah made a couple big plays to be able to get tackled and defend the last pass. How much of an addition has he been to your guys' defensive infrastructure?
He's a great addition. I think our secondary play kind of was a little bit shaky last year at times. So to be able to kind of bring in a guy like Elijah Huzzy, who was a great player at East Tennessee State, FCS All-American type of player, and to come in and he's impacted our team, and it definitely showed today. He even made some splashes last week. I think he's a great addition, and he'll continue to make plays for us.
Sid, is it possible that you guys are too high coming off this season opener? I'm not trying to talk you into it, so tell me if I'm wrong, but it was such a big night, it's such kind of a big event in the way you played. Were you too jacked up coming off that thing, you think?
No, I don't think we were too high. If anything, I mean, let's give App State some credit. That is a good team. They compete versus Power 5 schools all the time. So I think it was just a battle, a hard-fought game. I don't think we were too high. We came out, and played our game. Yeah, we definitely made some mistakes tonight, but all we can do is just keep fighting it and find a way to win, and that's what we did. So we're just going to go back to the drawing board this week and move on.
You guys good?
Max said that Don's interception, maybe in the play of the game, because they were driving, they were responding to one of your scores. Where does that interception kind of fit in with you about how the game ultimately played out, about its importance?
It's definitely a big play of the game. Anytime you can get a turnover in the game, it's a big play of the game. But like you mentioned, the moment that the play was made was huge for us. I mean, they had a lot of momentum. They were driving down the field. I think that was the drive where the kickoff kind of got returned pretty far. So definitely a big play in the game to kind of switch momentum up for us. So it was definitely probably one of the best plays and biggest impacting plays in the game for sure.
Cedric, I know it's early, but 2 games in, what would you kind of identify as the strong points of this UNC defense?
Strong points. I mean, I think we got strong points everywhere. I think the D-line, proved last week we can get out the passer, we can rush the passer. I think linebacker play is always good with me and Power. And I think I'm going to give the secondary some credit today. I mean, they stepped up and made plays in big-time moments today for our defense. So, I don't really want to point any group out. I think we're just playing complete defensive football. We're going to continue to get better.
How good do you think, I know it's the other side of the ball, but how good do you think Morian can be? He had a monster day today.
Listen, I knew he was going to have days like this, and he's going to have a crazy season. I'm telling you right now. I seen it all off season. The way he was running that ball was just hard. He runs the ball hard. He lowers his shoulder. He's a very downhill runner. Got good speed. He's going to be a great player. I see him playing on Sundays.
It looks like the vision might be getting better too, the way he reads some of it.
Yeah, I definitely believe that too. I believe he's a great back. Trust me, he's just going to keep getting him better and better. Give him some time, some experience, some coaching, and he's just going to keep getting better. The sky's the limit for him.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.